Alright, welcome back to Game 10 of Lucid's 2022 tournament, where we are playing Phlegra. It is turn 26. And we are starting a war in a very minor way. Just one raid, so we'll see how that goes. We finished research and construction level 4, moving on to alteration. We've discussed research. We do manage to claim a throne. It was the crystal throne. That's the other throne. I think I failed to mention that, which is a nice throne. Crystal mages are pretty good, although we already have Earth Astral nationally, so maybe a little less exciting for us than some other nations. But having convenient access to Earth 2 mages, which we can kind of get out of our capital, but it's not guaranteed. That is nice, and it's more Astral 2. We already have some Astral 2 from the other throne, but, we don't, other than our cap onlys, which usually only get, I think, Astral 1, sometimes 2, we don't have a lot of Astral, so it is still nice. And then we do some site searching, none of which works out, which is sad. And then there are a few battles. Let's see, one between Gath and Marignon. This is Gath attacking. Yeah, we saw this raiding force. It's a small group of his human sacreds and just some human infantry, although nobody to bless them. And they're just up against, almost no province defense. Although there is a scout here, so looks like Marignon was trying to recruit a scout, but he got caught. So that raiding force for Gath has been doing pretty good. They do lose a slinger, but no big deal there. But it doesn't seem like it'd be that tough to turn around, so it wouldn't surprise me if we, see a counterattack from Marignon relatively soon. And then this is our oversized Mouflon group moving into a province, that just has a standard amount of province defense, Barbarian PD, which is a little nastier, but I think we should come away with it without too much difficulty. We don't even take any casualties. Mouflons do have decent defense. They are heavy cavalry after all. So that works out, and then we have a bunch of events. Please no attacks. Oh, we find some earth gems. Excellent. Let's see. A monster boar. Fantastic. Let's take a look and see if this province actually generates any money. If it does, then we're going to have to send people out to patrol. If it doesn't, we just may leave this monster boar to do its thing. So that's unfortunate. And then let's see. Children disappearing in the night. That's fine. We are a nation of horrible slaving giants, so these things happen. We find more gems, so kind of a good set of events this turn. Local lords are feuding. That's significantly less good. That's a lot of unrest, and we also get no tax from this place this turn. But such is the nature of Misfortune 3. Wow, and then it looks like Alm's, I think this is, in Calum. So this is Alm's army on top of Calum gets attacked, ironically, by a vampire count and a bunch of vampires. Not sure if this is related to, Alm does a lot of vampire stuff, or if just Calum took, Misfortune 3. But it looks like Alm was able to deal with it without too much trouble, so let's just take a look and see what they're utilizing. Looks like quite a few of these heavy cavalry, which are sacred, so that's kind of interesting. I know some people that play don't really seem to utilize them too much. This bless is looking vaguely familiar, kind of a rainbowy bless that definitely will benefit those cavalry. The blood surge in particular seems to be focused towards them. The reinvigoration maybe a bit more for the mages. I do think they get some holy mages, not all of them though. Actually, maybe that reinvigoration is for the heavy cavalry, and it looks like it's just body ethereal spam here, mostly for what the mage support is here for, which is totally reasonable. He has a couple of these black priests here, a little bit of iron skin, probably also for blessing. Nice. These guys seem useful. They can both bless, and then they can also do, summon earth power, legions of steel, strength of giants, normal Olm stuff, and so they are able to banish as well. And he's got a few crossbowmen here, so definitely a scary army, a lot of heavy cavalry. This would be somewhat difficult for us to deal with. We also have a lack of magic weapons, so the body ethereal spam would definitely be relevant against us. And they're able to see the vampires off without too much trouble. Though they do lose one of their mages, which is always a little sad, but vampires fly, so it's, when flying, especially, these vampires are kind of scary, so when a bunch of flying units just drop in amongst your army, sometimes they land near a mage. And then we patrol out a couple scouts. This is probably, on top of the throne that we just took, so, people were keeping an eye on that throne, and we got rid of 2 scouts. Happy for that. And Jabalba has been eliminated, so I'm assuming that Vedheim took that forest, as they said they would be doing. We're going to go ahead and let that stand for now. Like I said, we're going to focus on trying to cut Utgard down to size. I'm not really sure if we're really going to make a play for Utgard's capital. We may attack Vedheim, right? When they get deep in on Utgard. It also depends somewhat on if anyone else comes in and attacks. Like if it's just myself and Vedheim working against Utgard, then we probably don't want to fight Vedheim until Utgard is under control. But if, say, Atlantis jumps in or a couple other people jump in as well, then it's less important that, Vedheim put pressure on Utgard. And we can probably, it's not a betrayal per se, but we will attack them sooner rather than later if other people are involved. And at this point, it's probably Micklin. Well, I don't know. Ulm also seems pretty dangerous. Frankly, I'm sure there's lots of people left that are pretty dangerous. But for the moment, the focus is going to be on Utgard and then also trying to grab Xibalba's territory from Vedheim. And I'll catch you guys after the jump. All right, this is the situation and what we did about it. This is being recorded after the fact. And the main thing is we are continuing our rather slow war against Utgard. We do have an army assembling here. Well, it's already assembled, but it'll actually be moving onto the border this turn. We do finally have a fellow to cast flaming arrows for this army, so it's definitely a major improvement. He's going to be doing a little site searching here, so we're going to link up with him, and then we're probably going to try to destroy whatever this is. Possibly a blood hunting operation. Yeah, this is definitely late enough that if you are a blood nation, you probably should be blood hunting by this point. I myself am usually a little slow on that because I don't play a ton of blood. But yeah, we don't really see much in the way of mages. In fact, we don't see any mages at all, and very few sacreds, it looks like. So either blood hunters or a raiding group. It is possible that they raid into this province, which we don't have a defense for. But we should be able to take care of that and then hopefully start pushing into Utgard's territory. Though we've talked about how we are pretty close to the capital here, so there's not a ton that we can pick up without fighting, whatever's being recruited in the capital. Although it looks like it's mostly just long dead here as well, so it's probably some sacreds that we don't know about. We do know about a good chunk of them here in the north, and of course, we would like to destroy this group before the Bless comes back online, assuming that it hasn't already. But unfortunately in this area, we're still working on gathering an army. We are moving some forces out this turn. Yeah, some infantry. I think the Mouflon can make it, in one turn. So we will definitely have something of an army here. We also have some of our giant troops. But mage-wise, it's a little on the light side. We are doing full recruitment everywhere, so I'm not sure if we're going to move out immediately. We would like to have more stuff, but on the other hand, we need to crack this fort and get inside it in order to kill these guys before the Bless comes back online, and that's going to take a second. So definitely we should move out sooner rather than later, but at the same time, if we move out quickly, but not quickly enough, and the Bless comes back online, then we're really going to be wishing that we'd waited for more mages. So I actually don't recall exactly what we ended up doing. Let's see, other recruitment, some more giant troops. Mage-wise, we are getting some of these throne mages who are going to be pretty useful for us, get us into Astral and a little higher into Air. And then probably more Mouflon in the capital, And then I think this is rounding out some crossbowmen. We are constructing more infrastructure, so we have a palisade here that's about to finish. We'll be able to take better advantage of these witches, though in a lot of ways, I think, this is just going to be a fairly useful fort for us, since it will have, higher resources than some of the other places that we've built forts. We also have a palisade, more or less just started here on this other throne. So the infrastructure situation's getting better, but still not fantastic, and resources are going to be a problem kind of throughout. So that covers our moves. I don't think there's been a ton of movement in the world at large. Raga is still on the ropes here, but not out, so we're moving a scout in. Their capital has not been cracked. Calum, not quite as on the ropes, but also not in a good position, although, again, their capital has not been cracked either. And then we don't really know a ton about this war between Marignan and Gath, though we are hopefully moving some more scouts in to get slightly better eyes on that. So I think that more or less covers turn 26.